You ever wonder what goes through a cop's mind when they realize they're about to die?
Not in some distant, theoretical way.
I'm talking about that moment when a gun's pressed against your head and this is the story of a prison escape that became a hostage situation, that became a citywide manhunt, that exposed corruption so deep it reached all the way to the warden's office. And by the end, he exposed how broken the system really is. Let's rewind.
February 14th, 2023.
Valentine's Day, which is ironic considering what's about to happen, involves zero love and maximum violence. Huntsville S. Opened in 1849. It's the oldest continuously operating prison in Texas, houses about 1,700 inmates, and it's where Texas used to carry out executions before they moved death row. Marcus Rodriguez, 34, worked in the kitchen. No disciplinary infractions in over 3 years. He even completed his GED and was taking correspondence courses. On paper, Marcus was rehabilitating himself. In reality, Marcus W.A. and Marcus, with his clean record and trusty status, had been using his kitchen job to coordinate operations across multiple prisons for years. Nobody suspected a thing. That's why they called him GH. Except today, Marcus has a key card in his pocket that shouldn't exist.
How'd he get it?
That's the first twist, and it involves a correction officer named Derek Paulson. Paulson, 28, been working at Hermanos de la Sangre, found out. They always do.
They approached Derek with an offer. Get us a Klond keycard for the kitchen security door and vehicle bay, and we'll make your debt disappear.
Plus,
gave Marcus the Klond keycard hidden inside a package of ground beef during a routine kitchen inspection.
Marcus tested it once, worked perfectly.
Then he waited for the right day.
Valentine's Day WA.
At 2:47 p.m., Marcus told his supervisor he needed to grab something from the dry storage room.
Supervisor barely looked up, gave him the okay.
Marcus walked calmly through the kitchen, used the Klond. He reached the vehicle bay at 2:51 p.m. right as the food service truck was pulling in.
The delivery driver, 56-year-old Cole Mitchell, been making this delivery twice a week for 6 years, knew the goo.
A shank that Marcus had been hiding for months, wrapped in plastic behind a kitchen ventilation panel.
Cole froze. Smart man.
Marcus zip-tied his hands, duct-taped his mouth, shoved him into the back.
The delivery usually took about 20 minutes, and it had been 18.
When he saw the truck approaching the gate, he did what he'd been trained to do: verify the driver.
But Brandon was new. In X, nobody realized he was gone until 3:30 p.m. when the kitchen supervisor noticed Marcus never came back from the storage room.
By then, Marcus had a 26-minute head start.
The prison went into IMM by the time they identified the truck. Marcus had ditched it. He drove the truck exactly 8 miles to a Walmart parking lot in Huntsville, pulled into a spot near the back, walked away like he was Jay. Plate number visible but useless. It was stolen that morning from a hospital parking lot in Houston. Marcus Ghost Rodriguez had vanished. Again, the Texas Rangers set up roadblocks within an hour.
Because there was something inside Huntsville State Penitentiary that he needed, something worth risking his freedom for.
His brother. This is where the story takes a turn that even seasoned investigator.
They deliberately kept the brothers in the same prison because they were both model inmates, and family connection was considered beneficial for rehabilitation.
Huge mistake. Marcus wasn't escaping. They'd rented a house 3 miles from the prison 6 months earlier.
Stocked it with weapons, supplies, burner phones, everything Marcus would need.
They'd stolen vehicles, created false IDs, established. Inside, AR-15 rifle, 2 handguns, body armor, police scanner, and a Huntsville Police Department uniform. Where do you get the uniform? Marcus asked. Rave smiled.
Off a cop's clothesline last week. They knew that the local Huntsville PD only had about 45 officers total, and half of them were now deployed on roadblocks looking for Marcus.
The plan was insane. Marcus was going to in persona. That's where Officer Jennifer Reeves came into the picture. Jennifer Reeves, 31, 7 years with Huntsville PD, decorated officer, commendations for bravery, married to a firefighter, 2 kids ages F.
Jennifer told him to go. She'd hold the checkpoint alone for 5 minutes.
Standard decision. They'd done it before. Mike left at 5:20 p.m. At 5:24 p.m. a silver Honda Civic approached the checkpoint. Marcus Rodriguez stepped out, wearing the police uniform, hands visible, looking official.
Officer, thank God. I've been trying to reach dispatch. My radio's dead.
Have you seen any sign of the SCAP?
Don't scream.
Don't reach for your radio. Jennifer froze.
Training kicks in during moments like this. She'd been through hostage scenarios in the academy. Rule 1. Stay calm. Rule 2. Look for Oppo. We're going to go somewhere and talk.
If you cooperate, you'll see your kids tonight.
If you fight, if you try to be a hero, you won't. Do you understand?
Jennifer nodded. She was calculating odds. L. Drive to 2847 Elm Street, Marcus said. The speed limit.
No signals.
No codes. Just drive. Jennifer drove.
Her mind was racing.
That address was the safe house, though she didn't know it yet.
She
Mike immediately radioed it in. Panic in his voice. Officer down. Officer Reeves is missing. Checkpoint is abandoned.
Need immediate backup.
The entire situation just escalated from prison escape to. Marcus nodded. Jennifer, I'm Marcus.
And I need your help with something.
You help me. You go home. Simple. Jennifer looked around the room. 4 gang members, all armed.
Her options were extremal.
There's no way you're getting back into that facility.
It's on full lockdown.
They know you're out.
You'll be killed on sight. Marcus smiled. Not if I have a hostage.
Not if I have a Huntsville POL. Jennifer would call her dispatch, tell them she was alive but held hostage. Marcus would make demands. Diego Rodriguez delivered to a specific location, or Jennifer dies. Simple exchange.
Dale NEV.
This is Officer Reeves.
I'm alive. I'm being held by Marcus Rodriguez and other members of Hermanos de la Sangre. They want Diego Rodriguez released from Huntsville State Penitentiary and delivered to. And the negotiation timer started.
FBI Special Agent Caroline Vasquez took lead on the negotiation.
20 years with the Bureau. Specialized in hostage situations, she talked down bank robbers. Dom.
Texas governor was being briefed. This was major.
Agent Vasquez's first move. Tried to establish direct communication with Marcus. They got a phone number from the safe house property records. Landlord.
The call had been too short to trace accurately, and Marcus had destroyed the phone. Jennifer's husband, firefighter David Reeves, was at the command center, barely holding it together.
Her kids were. If we release one prisoner for every cop they grab, the entire system collapses. Then what are you going to do?
Let my wife die. Vasquez didn't have a good answer.
At 7:15 p.m., the FBI made addresses. At 7:30 p.m., he moved Jennifer again. They put her in a windowless van, drove for 20 minutes, moved her to a second location. This one was a foreclosed property outside town, completely off the GI.
I see anything suspicious, she dies. Marcus, you know I can't authorize the release of a prisoner.
That decision goes above me.
I need more time. You have 1 hour. Let me talk to Jennifer. I know. The warden was arguing with the FBI. David Reeves was arguing with everyone. Local police wanted to storm every property simultaneously.
Agent Vasquez was trying to maintain control.
We need more Tim, because while everyone was focused on the hostage situation, nobody was paying attention to what was happening inside Huntsville State Penitentiary.
At 8:20 p.m., a riot broke out in cell block D.
40.
And in the confusion, Diego Rodriguez, who was supposed to be in cell block B, was found unconscious in his cell.
Beaten badly. Guards called medical, rushed him to the prison infirmary. Except the G. Then they walked out a side door, put Diego in a laundry truck that was waiting, and drove straight out of the prison during the riot chaos.
Nobody noticed Diego was gone until 8:55 p.m. 5 minutes B.
The hostage situation was a diversion. Marcus never needed them to release Diego.
He just needed them distracted while his people broke Diego out from the inside. At exactly 9 o'clock p.m., Marcus called Age.
You've been played, Marcus said, and you could hear the smile in his voice.
Now here's what's going to happen.
You're going to back off, stop the searches, call of the drones, and in 12 hours.
But if I see helicopters, if I see cops, if I even think you're tracking us, I'll disappear, and she'll disappear with me.
Forever, he hung up.
The FBI had a choice.
Risk Jennifer's life by continuing. Jennifer Reeves had been a hostage for almost 4 hours.
Inside the foreclosed property, Marcus was preparing to move again. Diego had arrived, beaten up but functional, hugging his brother for the F.
But not yet. They moved Jennifer one more time. This time to a storage unit on the outskirts of town. Gave her water. Didn't hurt her. Just kept her contained.
Marcus couldn't risk releasing her UNTI. Marcus had been calm, almost professional. But he was still a violent felon. His word meant nothing. At 5:30 a.m., February 15th, almost 12 hours after Jennifer was taken, a call came into Huntsville.
She was rushed to the hospital. Reunited with David and her kids by 7 o'clock a.m.,
the media went insane.
Cop freed after 16-hour hostage ordeal. Jennifer's face was on every news channel. And the Questio, his bank record showed deposits totaling $15,000 over the past month. He confessed to everything, gave up names. 14 other correctional officers at Huntsville were on the Hermanos de la Sangre P. An independent investigation found she'd been warned about gang activity in the prison multiple times and ignored it. Didn't want the negative publicity. Her career was over. The Texas Department of C.
No sightings, no arrests, no leads. The FBI had nothing.
It was like they'd evaporated.
Then March 8, 2023, a traffic stop in Laredo, Texas, right near the Mexican border. State trooper pulled over,
But as he approached, 3 men in the truck bed, hidden under a tarp, opened fire. The trooper, Officer Miguel Santos, was hit twice, survived because of his vest, but went down. The truck sped off.
but that broken taillight, that one small mistake, confirmed they were headed to Mexico. And once they crossed, extradition became nearly impossible.
The aftermath gets even messier. Because Jennifer, he kept his word.
Some people called her Stockholm Syndrome. Others said she was just being honest. But her statements created a weird public perception where Marcus, a violent gang member who'd ought,
Separate you from everyone you love. My brother was suffering in there.
I had the means to get him out.
Was I supposed to just abandon him? Let the system destroy him?
When asked about Jennifer, Mexico denied it, claimed insufficient evidence, though everyone knew it was because Hermanos de la Sangre had connections with cartels that Mexico didn't want to anger. As of late 2024, Marcus and D. She's still with Huntsville PD, though she transferred to administrative duties, couldn't handle patrol anymore.
Her marriage survived, but barely. David struggled with the trauma of almost losing her. So what did law enforcement get wrong? Where do we even start? First, corruption oversight. 14 guards on gang payroll and nobody noticed. That's a systemic failure. There should be regular FENAN. The prison should immediately accounted for all inmates, especially known gang members and associates of Marcus. They didn't, and Daigo walked out.
Third, Jennifer should never have been alone at T. His criminal history showed sophistication, planning, patience. The assumption that all escapees just run is lazy thinking.
But here's the biggest lesson, and this is what keeps me up. Family loyalty. Law enforcement needs to better understand criminal psychology, especially gang psychology, where family and brotherhood trump everything else. The Texas Rangers wrote a 400-page report on this inside.
He's responsible for multiple felonies. He put Jennifer's life in danger. He corrupted good officers and turned them into criminals.
By every legal and moral standard, he's the villain.
But he kept high.
What he did was wrong. Full stop. But I'm asking you to think about the complexity here.
We like our criminals to be simple, one-dimensional villains. It's easier that way.
But real people, even bad P, what would you do for your family?
If your brother or sister was suffering in prison, and you had the skills, the connections, the opportunity to get them out, would you take it?
Even knowing it was.
They're still trafficking drugs, extorting inmates, corrupting guards.
Marcus might be gone, but the organization isn't.
There's already a new shot caller at Huntsville, someone else playing the long. And to them, that's all that matters.
Jennifer Reeves goes to therapy every week.
Still has nightmares about that storage unit, about the gun pressed to her head. But she's alive. She's with her family, and the system.
The system keeps grinding forward, processing inmates, hiring guards, promising reform, until the next Marcus Rodriguez figures out the next vulnerability and exploits it.
Because here,
he exposed how easily the entire system can be manipulated by someone patient and smart enough to exploit its weaknesses. So sleep well tonight, knowing that somewhere out there, Ghost is still laughing.